Prayer is so important to our lives as believers, and today I'm going to share with you a couple cool keys on how to pray with purpose, power, and into prosperity. My name is Damian Lanfranchi. Welcome to brand new everyday.com, equipping believers to live the abundant life that God has promised us through more purpose, more power, more prosperity. And so check this out. I was reading the gospel. I've been working through the Gospel of Matthew. It's my favorite gospel. It's the first book of the Bible I ever completed when I first came to the Lord about almost 29, 30 years ago. And I was reading when Jesus is in the Garden of Gethsemane in chapter 26. And I want to share with you 3 keys to prayer, because I feel like sometimes prayer can feel kind of elusive, like, you know, is it like a wish list for Jesus? And how do I pray right? And all these other things. And I want to show you the 3 things that got highlighted when I was reading this, because I think they are going to bless you in a really big way. So number 1, I was reading through Gethsemane and knowing what Jesus is about to go through, I had this really curious thought. I'd say, wow, what would it have been like to pray for Jesus? To know what Jesus was about to go through, knowing that he was about to face the cross, that he was going to face the lashes, that he was going to have his side pierced and the crown of thorns and the mocking and all these other things. What would I have prayed for him? And I thought about what it would be like to pray for Jesus while he was in that garden. And, you know, just thinking about the grief and what he was going to do and bear our sins. And I thought about all the things that I thought, you know, I'd probably pray like, God, give him strength, like make him so strong that he can do this, you know, let him feel peace knowing the victory that's ahead of him, and comfort him and do all these things. But here's the one thing I wouldn't pray. I wouldn't pray like, God, get Jesus out of this situation, right? God, give Jesus an escape route. I wouldn't have been drawn to pray that. Even Jesus, when he says like, Lord, like if there's another way, like let's do that way, but ultimately I want your will. And so the first key I want to share with you about prayer is I really believe we have to stop praying escape prayers. Again, if you think about Jesus there facing the cross, like we wouldn't have prayed an escape prayer. We would have prayed peace for him. We would have prayed God's comfort and his strength and all these other things and God's glory in the situation. But we wouldn't have prayed like, oh God, please take Jesus away. Give him like some an escape. Maybe some of the disciples can put a disguise on him and he can get away. Like we wouldn't have prayed for an escape plan. Yet in our lives, be honest, how often do we pray escape plan prayers? All right, that's the first key. Second key to prayer. Now here's what's really interesting. In the word it says, Jesus says, pray and watch. Pray and watch. So he links those 2 things together. He says, pray and watch. And I don't think that's by accident. I think there's a lot more deeper meaning in that. Think about Elijah when he was praying, right? And he had shut up rain over the land and there was a drought and all these things. And then he prayed for the heavens to open. And he kept telling his servant, go look. Go look, go look, go look, go look, go look. And then finally, he says, I see the cloud the size of a man's fist. So he was praying and watching. Those things link together. I'm sure you've heard me talk about this before. Maybe you've heard it other places. God built our brain with a reticular activating system. It is an incredibly powerful part of our brain that the things that we believe in, the things that we desire, we start to see them. Our brain starts to work to find them everywhere. I always give the easiest example, or one of the easiest, is I deer hunt. And so every time when deer hunting season starts to come around, I start to spot deer in the woods. I start to notice trails when I'm driving, things I never notice the other seasons of the year. But when it's deer season, that's what I notice, because my brain knows it's important. It's time to look for that. And so this command of pray and watch, like if we pray escape prayers, God, get me out of this situation. God, stop this. Get rid of the giant. Eliminate the mountain. Get me out of the valley. All these things, then our brain starts looking for escape paths in life instead of looking for God's strength, grace, and glory. Does that make sense? And so, pray and watch. Key number 3. What's so interesting is at the end of this, you remember in Gethsemane, the last thing that happens is the disciples fall asleep, right? Twice they fall asleep, and Jesus is like, couldn't you just watch with me? And so I think what's so important here is this principle that to have people around you that are going to watch with you for the dreams, for the plans, for the God purposes and vision in your life to come to reality. You want to make sure that you surround yourself with people that are going to watch with you, right? Whether you're trying to build a business, whether you're trying to repair a marriage, whether you're trying to turn your health around, whatever those things are, you don't want people with you that are going to fall asleep, that are going to be like, why are you working so hard? And, oh, yeah, marriage is the worst. You should just, it'll probably never get better. You should just give up. It's easier that way. You don't want those people on your side. You want to surround yourself with people who are going to watch with you for the things that God's put on your heart, for the calling and purpose and the greater glory and the abundant life that He's planned for you. And so that's what I have for you today. Again, I'll be honest, I find prayer a little bit mysterious at times. It's not something I talk about a whole lot because honestly, I don't feel like I understand it that well, but I wanted to share these 3 keys with you because when I read them in Matthew, they popped off the page and I thought they were so powerful. Again, no more praying escape prayers. Start to pray and watch and surround yourself with some good people who will be able to watch with you for God's abundant life to become reality. God bless. Here's to a brand new day every day.